I just realized, look, I live in this thing, so it is in my last video. It's back, above down co. It just, if you're judging me, please stop. Thank you. Okay, but seriously, welcome back to my channel, y'all. I am very excited to have you here, per usual. I'm always excited to have y'all, see y'all, talk to y'all, virtually, whatever. But today we are going to be talking about, and I hope this is really helpful, what classes I'm taking as a Tri-1 DC student at Parker University. And of course, y'all know I have my phone out because your girl needs her notes, okay? She can't just think off the brain. She can't. So starting off, we're gonna get right into it. Trimester 1, how many credit hours do y'all think a Tri-1 student takes? How many do y'all think? Think about it. Pause. 22 and a half. 22 and a half is how many credit hours a Tri-1 Doctor of Chiropractic student at Parker University takes. So typically in an undergraduate level, you know, you take anywhere from like 12 hours to maybe at the most, I don't know, 17 or 18. But starting off, your first semester of Doctor of Chiropractic school is going to be 22 and a half. So a lot of people let that number get really intimidating, but I promise, take a deep breath. So many people have done this before you. So many people will do it after you. You can do it. Trust me on that, okay? Now, we are going to now talk about what each class is. So, let's do it. Okay, so class number 1, it's a 4-hour credit course, is going to be biology of cells and tissues. Of course, this comes with a lab, so we're looking at histology slides of tissues and the different organ systems that we are talking about in lecture. We have a live lecture on Mondays and then a live lab on Wednesdays, and they're typically both around, I think they're like an hour and 50 minutes, so almost 2 hours. And then the next class is DAA, as it's commonly referred to, and this is a 5-hour credit course. DAA stands for Developmental, wow, I should know this, I'm a class rep, Developmental and Applied Anatomy. I always want to confuse it, but Developmental and Applied Anatomy, and of course this is going to be your huge anatomy course. And so it's probably called something different at other schools, but DAA, or Developmental and Applied Anatomy, is what it's called at Parker University. And this also is a course with a lecture portion and a lab portion. So I believe on Mondays we have lab, and then on Wednesdays we have lecture. Same thing as bio. It is typically about an hour and 50 minutes long. In fact, it starts in like 10 minutes, so I need to hurry this up. And then the third class is a 3-hour credit course, and that is going to be Biochem 1, the all fearful or feared class Biochem. This was the class that I was definitely most nervous about because I don't have a biochem background in my undergraduate degree, but we're making it. And I can make it. You can make it. Okay? And this is only live lecture on Wednesday. Monday mornings. I should really know this. Am I a bad student? I don't know. Okay. Number 4 is going to be Foundations of Chiropractic, which I talked to y'all about in one of my last videos. It's all about the history of the chiropractic profession and also the philosophy of chiropractic. So it's my personal favorite aside from DAA. It is my personal favorite because it's just kind of a nice, it's a nice class to kind of like not turn your brain off, but it's almost relaxing because it's fun to learn about chiropractic and the philosophy of it, at least in my eyes. The next class is going to be Introduction to Clinical Reasoning, which again, I've mentioned this in another video, and this is a 2-hour class. Intro to Clinical Reasoning is all about research, what makes good research, what makes bad research, how do you conduct studies, what make those studies up, etc. We also have to write like a really big essay at the end on a specific topic in regards to chiropractic, including different research articles that support whatever topic we're talking about. Okay, number 5, it's a 2-hour credit course, chiropractic methods now. We are not doing chiropractic methods this try. And the reason is because hashtag coronavirus. And so basically what we're doing is we substituted clinical psychology for chiropractic methods. So clinical psychology is usually in try 2, but this time it's in try 1. And then when all of us try 1s get to try 2 in January, we will start chiropractic methods. So I'm going to kind of skip that until next try and talk about clinical psych. And it's just what it sounds like. It's basically an all-online psychology class. There's no lab. There's actually not even a live lecture portion to this class. He just puts up the slides and you have your book, which is somewhere in this room. And we take quizzes and then we have exams set up just like a typical class. But that's what clinical psychology is. And I like how the professor also includes reasonings behind, why it's important for us as chiropractic students to learn clinical psychology. Okay, the last one that we're going to talk about and the last class is Fundamentals of Diagnostic Imaging, or FDI, as you'll commonly hear it referred to as at Parker. And this is a 2.5-hour course. And so there's no lab portion, or at least maybe there is. And yeah, there is a lab portion. It is, we have Mondays and Wednesdays, live lecture and live lab. And it's exactly what it sounds like, Fundamentals of Diagnostic Imaging, where we are truly learning everything you can learn about x-rays, more than I ever expected to learn. And it is really interesting now. I know it's going to be very, very helpful. That's one of the things about Parker that I love most is they actually have a specific radiology program at Parker University that you can, go through. And so for me, that drew me to Parker even more because that means that they take, learning about x-rays and other diagnostic imaging tests very, very seriously, and they make that a priority. And that's really important as a clinician. You want to be able to read at least an x-ray very well, and if not, an MRI or a CT scan, if that comes into your office, you want to be able to read those very, very well. So those are all the classes, and I really, really hope y'all enjoyed this one. I tried to make it quick and easy for y'all, but if you have questions, comments, or concerns, leave them below. I'll get back to you. I gotta go to DAA. Bye, y'all.